Call it a reawakening or a wake-up call, and you may not be wrong following the recent enthusiasm shown by Nigerians to be involved in the electoral process as we prepare for the 2023 general elections. The renewed vigor appears to have been driven, amongst other factors, by an application of a basic advertising principle: attract, engage, and retain with the Youth Vote Count campaign organized by INEC, the EU, and INEC Africa. And that campaign is our focus on this episode of the program. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeffrey Uzongo.
Nigeria is the world's most populous black nation and home to over 200 million people, with an estimated annual population growth rate of 2.6%. The young people account for a majority of the population.
Vote! Your PDC! Your PDC! I can't hear you!
According to the data from the Independent National Electoral Commission, 67.42 million Nigerians registered to vote in 2015 general elections. However, the election recorded only 29.43 million votes cast, representing 43.65% voter turnout. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says over the last two electoral cycles, including off-season elections, voter turnout across the country hovers around 30 to 35%. While a few elections had higher percentages, some recent by-elections recorded as low as 8.3% voter turnout in urban and constituencies of over 1.2 million registered voters located in the nation's most densely populated cities. The Commissioner declared that the nation has 119,973 polling units established in 1996 by the defunct National Electoral Commission of Nigeria to serve a projected population of 50 million voters. The figure remains the same in the last 25 years, although the number of registered voters has increased to slightly over 84 million registered voters by 2019. It is set to rise after the Commission resumed the registration of new voters ahead of the 2023 general elections. In addressing the problem and hopefully establish the framework for future adjustments, it is collaborating with civil society groups and other stakeholders to address these challenges. For the youth to participate in the electoral processes, the European Union, in partnership with the Independent National Electoral Commission and other organizations, began a campaign to encourage Nigerian youths to get involved in the process.
This entire exercise is part of a broader exercise. So we have this campaign that the European Union launched back in 2018 called the Youth Vote Count. And essentially the campaign is just for us to connect with young people, to tell young people that their vote will count. We have seen a very, very high level of voter apathy. Young people just don't want to come out. So people register, they don't come out to vote, or people don't even come and register at all. And so what the essence of the Youth Vote Count campaign is to see how we can provide a platform for young people to connect by using pop culture. So who are the people they would listen to? Who are the influencers? Who are the crowd pullers? And so we came up with the idea in 2018 to bring civically conscious influencers and artists that could go to places, attract young people and get young people to come out. That was a success. We were able to register an average of 25,000 people across 6 geopolitical zones in campuses. Now with this edition of the campaign, we are trying to connect with young people who are not in formal education, who are not on campuses, who are not currently schooling, but to say everybody just come, and we're making it bigger now, and that's why we are in this location, and that's why we have INEC officials. The INEC officials have been extremely collaborative. They have also been extremely responsive. Now we have 30 booths here with 30 machines just registering people.
The initiative paid off as Nigerian youth stormed the Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos for the Youth Vote Count 2.0 free music concert organized by the European Union in partnership with INEC and INEC Africa. The event, which is second of its kind, is a non-partisan campaign organized to encourage more youth to register and vote in the forthcoming 2023 general elections.
I think the expectation for us, what the objective for us is to provide a platform where so many people can come and register. There are people who up until now did not take it seriously, but knowing that people are on ground, we have so many booths, and so many INEC officials here on ground, that has encouraged people to come out. Our expectation is that we continue to see an increase in people showing interest to register, that even if we leave this venue, people will find the closest INEC offices to them to continue this process. So our expectation is that people get, by this exercise, we raise even more awareness so that people know that this is not the only location they can come. They can also go to different locations across the state where the INEC offices are located to get registered.
Part of the eligibility criteria includes the attainment of 18 years of age. The venue also had in attendance the elderly, while the physically challenged were assisted. All 9 tents at the venue are filled to capacity with young people and those categorized as priority, as they fill their forms with policemen and private security guard on hand to ensure law and order. Two officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission take charge in each of the booths with an estimated 300 registrants per hour. Some of those who register speak of their experiences.
One thing I know, that they try for this thing. At least for this effort they make, at least majority will vote now. Because at least this arrangement is very fine and successful. At least people try. Because if I was here early, but I believe I was here early, but if I was here earlier than now, or in the beginning, the thing is moving normally. But at the middle, or human being, they just scatter the line. But finally, the arrangement is in order.
I thank God at last. It was very hectic. We got here some minutes after 7. And coming into the podium it's been very difficult. We waited, there are a lot of chaos, so many. The security, they weren't helping issues at all. But as God will have it, at the end, we made it in. So you can imagine the time from a few minutes after 7, till if you watch the time now, this should be to 4. So, but at late, I was able to get mine now.
The motive behind this activity is to reverse what we consider a disturbing turnout of young people for elections. In Lagos State, the turnout for youth in the 2019 election was less than 5%. Now, this is a state where, majority of registered voters are young people, but it's appalling that only 4% of young people turned up in the presidential elections and 3.9% turned up in the governorship elections in 2019. If young people, who constitute the largest bulk of our registered voters, do not see the need to activate the power of their thumb and make their numbers count at elections, then we should be concerned and worried about the future of our democracy. And for us, both at YIGA Africa, EU and INEC and DAI who are working on the youth vote count, this project is geared towards inspiring young people and making them see reasons why they should, come out, register, collect their PVCs and vote, because they have the power, to elect the leadership that Nigeria deserves. And so this youth vote count, which is the second in series of youth vote counts that we've conducted on several elections, is just geared towards that. Because votes are now counting. They are counting because there's a new electoral law with a lot of opportunities. There will be electronic transmission of results. There will be electronic accreditation with BVAS. So let no one tell you that votes are not counting. Votes are counting. If they are going to count more, they will count more because you and I actually turn up to vote at elections.
Somebody say PVC. Now why we dey here? Election day no be to play football. Election day now for you to do it. cast your vote. Omo, I beg, if you know say you dey here, clap for yourself. DJ, are you ready?
Later that evening was a concert and is free. However, access is only via your PVC.
Nobody they go down. We must make our own country better.
This year's concert witnessed performances from some of the country's celebrated artists and actors, including Two-Face Idibia.
Just the other day I saw on CNN, I came to blow up a plane by a Nigerian. Then they call us terrorists now. Then they call us terrorists now. But you and I know, we are not terrorists. We are just bastards that do the movie. That's what I want to say.
Kiss Daniel. Am I? False.
Let me hear you say he don't do. He don't do. I beg, it is very important. We will get that PVC. But I don't want to talk too much because we're here to clash a perform. Are you ready to clash a perform? Let's turn the fuck up one time. Willis, get up! Hey, to that talk, make you talk out my good. Hey, to that talk, make you talk out my good. But I'm only shots finished, we don't see that from God. Hey, we don't see that from God. Election on the ground, they're going to need your support.
YJ. Omami. Mr. Macaroni, among others. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, made an appearance at the event to assure Nigerian youths that if they register and vote, their votes will surely count.
You send a powerful message to INEC. I had you in Abuja, and that is why I'm here today. There are two things you want from INEC. One, you want your PVC. I want to assure you that you have your PVC.
Not PVC,
you have your PVC. For the last 1 week, we registered over 5,000 people here. Yesterday when I saw the crowd that trooped here to register, we said we must change strategy. The strategy is that instead of everyone coming to TPS to register, we will register in 20 centers, the 20 local governments in Lagos. And there will be more machines will be deployed all over Lagos from next week.
Next week, Monday.
Secondly, I know you want to hear from INEC. Are we going to end the registration on 30th June? Okay. We heard you loudly and clearly. You want time until all Nigerians register for PVC. You will hear from INEC very soon on that.
At the Old Parade Ground in Abuja, it's a similar campaign with a huge turnout of determined young people ready to brace all odds to register for their permanent voter cards ahead of the 2023 general elections. The Youth Vote Count campaign train is at the Federal Capital Territory to mobilize young people to register and vote in subsequent elections in Nigeria, starting from the 2023 general elections.
So far, the feedback has been terrific. We've had over 10,000 people register at this venue. One of the things that we've seen over the last 5 days is just one thing. The Nigerian youths have made a bold statement that they have not lost hope in Nigeria. The crowd that you've seen here in their thousands is a demonstration of the fact that a lot of young people and Nigerians are very determined to cast their votes. We want to commend INEC for making this available. This is the only place where you have this number of machines, and the machines have been functional. And this is, just topping what we recorded in Lagos. Today, as the concert is taking place, registration is still going on. There are over 10,000 people here today who have come to register. So, and we want to use this opportunity to call on INEC, to announce the extension of this exercise, at least for the next 30 days, and deploy more machines so Nigerians who have come up in their large numbers can register and get ready to vote in 2023.
The electoral umpire says it has deployed over 150 officials and 50 machines for the registration exercise. Outside of the Old Parade Ground is a large crowd of young people who are waiting to gain access to the registration point, while some say they are determined to see through to cause a change in 2023.
Me, I've been advocating for this PVC for the past 3 months. I'm coming all the way from Kubwa. Youth vote count. They told us it's Eagle Square we are going to register for this PVC. Getting there this morning, they say it's Old Parade Ground. Now we are here, and look at what is happening. INEC, if NIMC can give individuals rights to register for national identity card, why can't INEC give individuals rights to register for PVC? Excuse me, what is happening?
So far, you have been so quite bright because the orderliness I see here, it was only when I was outside I was a little bit tense because of the crowd. The crowd outside was much, and if you get inside here, as you can see, everywhere is organized. The INEC officials are working hand to hand to make sure that everybody is being attended to.
Everywhere was okay, everything seemed organized, but I think around after 9, everywhere started to get crowded. Nobody knew what was going on, and in fact, the people that barged in and broke in and everything, it was really disorganized at a point. But thankfully, we're able to get help with the volunteers and everybody, and it went smoothly. It was a smooth one for me.
The 2019 INEC report reveals that young people account for over 51% of the total registered voters during the last general elections. However, only about 30% of this population voted during the elections, a situation that the Youth Vote Count movement wants to change. The INEC chairman speaks further on the registration exercise while assuring them that their votes will count as they register, pick their PVCs, and actually come out to vote.
Go out! Vote! Vote for your leaders! Challenge them! Hold them accountable! And stand for your values! Don't sell your vote!
Because anybody will collect 10K, 5K to buy your vote, when so far go hold you for 4, in fact not be 4 years now, 8 years, because now automatic. Or who go they blow you? No employment. Mana. Una never tire.
Just like Lagos, access to the Abuja concert is also only through your PVC.
We are not angry youths. We are peaceful. So if you
election we've ever had, if you know that you will collect your PVC, if you know that you will go out and vote, and if you know that Nigeria will favor you starting from now, make some noise right now! Show my brother hustle, show my sister walk. No condition lasts forever, your own turn to come. Show my brother hustle, show my sister walk. Things you know they look forever, your own things go do. If you see them feeling the come on, rejoice with them. If they ask you what to go, don't take no offense. See this life not so my God, oh, your time they come because don't be only you kill Jesus. We plenty for there. Never keep it easy.
As preparations for the 2023 general election gains momentum, the electoral umpire is not mincing words regarding its commitment to raising the bar on the standard of elections.
When will your PVCs be ready for collection? I want to assure you that the PVCs will be ready for collection latest October this year, long before the election. So all of you will have your PVCs. I want to thank you for making the PVC the most popular ID card in Nigeria today. Nothing beat the PVC. But when you connect your PVCs, don't use the PVCs for other things. The PVCs are for election, not opening of bank accounts. So please use your PVCs for election. So I want to ask you to promise me a few things, and I will also give you my own promise.
You go promise us.
For those of you who will start on what we call the INEC result viewing portal, you are seeing the results from the polling units on election day in Ekiti State. Ekiti was good. Osun is to be better. 2023 will be the best. Your vote will count. But who have not registered? Are you promising me that you register? Are you promising me that you will collect your PVs? Are you promising me that you vote? Are you promising me that you will vote fully? Are you telling me that you will not sell your votes? We promise you. We promise you that your vote will count.
So armed with these assurances, the Nigerian youth are taking advantage of their numerical strength to make their voices not just being heard, but honored for the greater good of the country.
And that's it on this episode of the program. Thanks for your time and, of course, your usual company. I'm Jeffrey Uzonga.